Sweet song of childhood. Woman grunted in pain. He couldn't. He crashed into the ground. No, 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 no. A miserable whimper sounded next to him. Sorry, Woman managed as he shifted to a human form and struggled to get up, pulling his brother's wing over his shoulder to support his weight. Can you shift? He asked. He couldn't afford being spotted right now. Another whimper, and then the wing was an arm. Woman took in a deep breath, hoping to spot something that could tell him where they could hide out for a bit. Somewhere. Wait, that smelled familiar. That smelled safe. He dragged Remus to a house in the street with sparse housing and dim lighting. He knew this neighborhood. They'd played here as children, raced their bikes down the street. Woman could almost see himself tumbling into the rose bushes. He'd been 7 at the time, and their friend and neighbor had rushed to him, helped him out, fussed over him, as he always did. He rang the bell. Coming! The voice was deeper, but the door opened, and for a moment the woman saw the 13-year-old he'd seen the last time he was in this area. But he wasn't 13 anymore. He was an adult with scars. He was shirtless, his shoulder bandaged up. I didn't know where else to go, the woman gasped as Virgil's eyes widened upon recognizing them. Virgil stepped aside and motioned them in. Woman didn't need to be told twice. Virgil ushered them to the couch before disappearing into the kitchen. He returned moments later with a teapot and 3 cups. You're lucky I was already busy with this when you knocked, he said, disgruntled, as he poured out 3 cups. He picked one up and took a sip before picking up another and making Remus drink it too. Woman realized that Virgil had done that to show the tea wasn't poisoned. Woman slipped his own, and almost immediately he could feel his pain lessen. No wonder Remus had drank it so quickly. Woman had been avoiding taking in the house where he'd spent many a day in his childhood. He knew it had changed. He knew Virgil had become what he'd said he'd be the last time they spoke. Woman didn't want to see weapons, or even trophies that confirmed that if he or Remus slipped up, Virgil would... He would... You're back, Virgil nodded softly. Woman nodded. Yeah. Passing through? Virgil guessed. Woman nodded again. Were you going to say hi? Or did it really take an angry mob to come and see me? The injured monster hunter wondered. Woman froze. Don't act so surprised. The only excitement this place sees is monster-related. And, as a monster hunter, did you really think I wouldn't realize the early signs you two showed? Tyron? Just then, the invigorating effect of the tea shifted, making place for drowsiness. Instinctively, Woman looked to Remus, but his brother was asleep already, his human features shifting slowly to reveal their heritage. I suppose that explains why you were so upset when I told you my plans for the future, Virgil mused casually as he revealed a syringe, which he jammed in his thigh. An antidote, probably. Why? Woman pleaded as his muscles lost all the strength he'd been stubbornly clinging to. Virgil got up and gently took the cup from his hands. Because you literally can't lie to save your life, he whispered. Then there was a bang on the door. Woman instinctively launched himself away from what he knew was a mob out to get him. That'll be them, Virgil muttered, as he caught Woman and gently lowered him to the floor. I'll be right back, he promised. Woman was powerless to do anything but listen as Virgil opened the door. Hi, Dylan. Why am I not surprised? Virgil drawled. So they are here, a voice noted, sounding displeased. Landed on my property. Finished your sloppy work. I'll be lucky if I can salvage a handful of feathers, Virgil huffed. That was our prize, Daniels, the voice protested. I did all the hard work. You landed a lousy shot. I finished off 2 aggressive sirens, while injured myself. Don't be upset because I have some actual skill, Virgil stated, seemingly full of himself. He made it sound like there had been a fight. Why? To make himself look good? It was dark, Dylan protested. Then you shouldn't have been shooting in the first place. If they'd landed in anybody else's yard, something actually bad might have happened. A proper hunter doesn't start a fight if it isn't needed. You put the whole town at risk. Seriously, I'm starting to think you like getting lectured. A silence fell. You gotta be kidding me. We are over, Dylan. God. You know what? Fine. You want my attention that badly? That can be arranged. The rest of you, scram. The sirens are my kill. There was some mild protesting, but eventually the door closed. Seriously? Virgil asked as he moved back towards the living room. I. Well, you are kinda hot when you do the pissed off lecture routine, Dylan said sheepishly. Simp, Virgil chuckled. Mean, Dylan pouted. Who really took the shot? Virgil asked. Tristan and Kelly. Are they going to be okay? Woman was beyond confused. What in the world was going on? The red and gold one should be fine. Nothing I can't handle. The green and silver one, though. I'll call Sharon while you do first aid, Dylan offered. They were going to help. It was fine. With the fear finally subsiding, Roman succumbed to sleep. He woke up in a bed, its wounds bandaged and feeling well rested. Good, you're awake. Hiram brought Remus to a specialized facility nearby. Just got word that he is conscious, so you can call if you want. I'd rather not move you today, but maybe tomorrow we can move you there too. Then you can rest up, heal, and go wherever you are going. Virgil rambles as he puts down an elaborate breakfast in bed. You you saved us, Roman recalled. Told you I'd protect everyone from the mere scary monsters, didn't I? Virgil reminded him, quoting himself. Those had been his exact words. All right, let's get this out of the way. My reputation among humans is vastly different from my reputation among hybrid folk. I've only killed when the target was malicious and dangerous. Other than that, I subdue and relocate. Any more questions? Roman was speechless for a second, a little bit off by how upset Virgil seemed with him. What happened to your shoulder? He asked. Virgil looked at the bandages peeking out from his t-shirt. A mama harpy protecting her clutch. Took me a bit to convince her that I meant well. I get it though. I got a care package this morning with some stuff that should help me make a full recovery. I would offer to give you some, but my former clients are particular what their donations are used for, and it feels kinda wrong to go against their wishes. Speaking of, you mind if I use these? Virgil asked as he picked up a basket full of his feathers. They looked freshly cleaned. These were somewhat salvageable, but they were in the way of treating your wounds. Having you in human form would have been easier, but you were out, so. Why did you knock us out? Woman asked, confused. I told you, I didn't trust you could pretend that you were attacked by the sirens while looking at the people who'd actually done this to you. And I didn't want to risk you trying to take Remus and run away if you thought that I was really the monster I pretended to be. Clearly, 13 years of friendship hadn't convinced you that I wouldn't hurt an innocent creature, no matter what. So I didn't think I could convince you in under 3 minutes, Virgil explained. Oh, oh, Virgil was still hurting about the fight. I, Virgil, I was scared at the time. My parents just told me about my heritage and the changes that would happen soon, and I had to be careful around humans, even those I considered friends. I was, in hindsight, I was too harsh on you. But even after all these years, after all I heard about you, I still came to you. You still felt safe enough to risk Remus's life coming here. He tried, hoping to salvage something between them now that fate had pushed them together again. Virgil scoffed. Well, how do you think it felt for me? A 13-year-old who just realized he was gay and tried to impress his first crush by saying stuff he should appreciate. only to have that crush turn on him and say all the things he knew would hurt him the most, Virgil hissed. And then he moves away, like the next day. No apologies, no goodbyes, just gone. And he never reaches out again, not even a dumb happy birthday message on Facebook. And I'm supposed to be glad that you came to me out of desperation? Virgil demanded. Roman blinked. Oh, Virgil, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I was convinced you wanted nothing to do with me anymore. And I couldn't tell you why I reacted the way I did. You had a crush on me? That was still the part he couldn't fully wrap his head around. Virgil nodded. And you dare show up at my door, covered in blood, but still looking stupid handsome. You are such an idiot. Oh God. Oh, this was sad and scared angry. Virgil, hey, I'm going to be okay. And Remus is too. Thanks to you, we'll make it. Woman promised as he reached out for Virgil's hand and did the soothing circle thing that always helped when they were kids. And luckily, it also helped now that they were adults. I've been so worried about you, Virgil admits. Of course you were, you worrywart. Come sit next to me, Woman suggested. Virgil didn't say anything, but he crawled into bed with him. You are the biggest idiot, he mumbled. I know, but once I feel better, and I have a hang of my human form again, maybe me and Remus can stay a while, reconnect. If you are okay with that, Woman suggested. Virgil shrugged with his good shoulder. I'm not your boss. Do whatever, he mumbled, seemingly embarrassed that he let the floodgates open. Rowan chuckled. For what it's worth, you are very handsome as well, Rowan offered. He was, and he was still sweet and caring under that rough bolster, and adorable blushing like this. Roman was almost grateful for last night's events. It, at the very least, got him his friend back. And maybe, if the urge to smile and the fluttery feelings in his stomach was any indication, maybe some other wonderful things were heading their way as well.